Hello guys and welcome to another video. So as you can see I'm joined by my sister today.
Hi.
And today we are doing a book tag, specifically the Book Lovers book tag?
Yes.
Okay, and she wanted to do it, so here we are doing it. And I guess we'll just get on with the video.
Let's
get on with the video. Okay, so prompt number 1. What are your top 3 favorite books?
Sky in the Deep by Adrian Young. Six of Crows.
Classic.
By
one of the best.
Leigh Bardugo. Leigh Bardugo.
Yeah, it's a weird pronunciation.
And Blood Red Road by, I think her name is Moira Young.
An oldie but a goodie.
Yes, old, 2012 old.
That's
but
old.
Yeah, it's so good. They're all very good. I recommend.
Okay, so for this one, we kind of discussed it in great length. She thought I should pick just like a book, but I think a book series is good enough. So I'm gonna be saying book series because this is my YouTube channel and I can do whatever I want. So prepare to have your minds blown, people. Right. Percy Jackson.
No.
I know.
Oh my god.
Six of Crows.
Yes, I can't deny that one.
And Carry On.
I haven't read it.
It's a new one. It just made it to my top 3.
Oh.
Aren't you surprised? Weren't you expecting me to say Illuminate?
No. Oh,
that's usually my top 3. That's why I was like prepared to have your minds blown because I actually changed my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your top 3 least favorite books?
Okay, so this one is harder for me than it is for you because apparently you have a lot of least favorite books.
For me it was so easy.
But I was thinking about it and I think it would have to be, you know, The 100? The show.
Oh yeah.
It's based on a book trilogy, which I loved the first 2 books from, and then I realized it was super bad, and then I started hating them.
Oh yeah.
So I think the first book is like bad, but it's better than the other 2. So I would say the second one, which is called Day 21, and then the third one, which is called Homecoming. And then for my third one, I will say Sky Key, which is the last book of the Endgame trilogy. You haven't read this either.
I've seen it on your shelf.
Yeah. It was super disappointing. So,
no.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Yeah, it is. Okay, what about yours?
I'm sorry to anyone who likes this book, but The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, is that the name?
Yeah, it is. She's been called in it. What were you calling it? Adeline?
The life of
Adeline.
The Secret Life of Adeline. No.
Yeah.
The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue.
She hated it.
I'm sorry.
She was so salty after reading it.
I had to force myself, like, from the first page until the last one. I don't even know why I finished it, but I finished it and it was not for me at all. Some people loved it, many people loved it.
All of BookTube loved it. It was so hyped.
I'm not one of them.
No, clearly. She hated it.
Yeah, the cover was really pretty though.
It is.
Whew. Okay, then another book called Wood Angel. I don't even remember the author. I bought it at a flea market for like 50 pence.
That makes sense.
Woo! Terrible.
But you read the whole way through?
I read it. I finished it.
What a trooper.
I torture myself. Oh, don't read it. And then Illuminate. I'm sorry.
She's always coming for me.
I didn't finish it. I think I read half of the book.
She didn't even get to the good part.
I mean, it wasn't as bad as the other 2. The other 2 were horrible. I don't know why I finished those and I didn't finish Illuminate. I think I didn't like the format of the book.
That's why I told you should have listened to the audiobook as well.
Yeah. I don't know. The format wasn't for me. So
and you're not that much into sci-fi, right?
No.
So
sorry.
It was a recipe for disaster, but that's fine. I'm over it. Okay, I already got one of my subscribers to read it, and they liked it. So I'm over it. Prompt number 3 is: what is a popular author that you love?
Sarah J. Maas. I love you if you're watching this.
Can you imagine? I wish.
I wish. I love you, Sarah. I love all your books.
Yeah, if you're watching this, don't keep watching the next prompt.
Well, she's one of my favorite popular authors, and also Taylor Jenkins Reid. Yeah.
Hey, that's what I was gonna say for mine.
She is so good. Everything she writes, amazing.
Everything you've read, because you haven't...
everything I've read. I read 3 books, and
the 3 latest books are just...
Yeah.
And for me, besides Taylor, I would have to say Alice Oseman from Heartstopper.
Oh my god, yeah. That's a good one. Yeah.
Finally, something we can agree on.
I read Loveless. It was really good. And of course,
Heartstopper.
Yeah, very good. It's good.
Next prompt.
A popular author you don't love.
And for me, that would be Sarah J. Maas. I'm sorry. If you're watching this video,
Don't listen to her.
it's not personal. It's not that I hate her. It's just that I don't love her writing. I've read 3 books from her, I think.
Okay, that's...
So
You can say you don't like her.
So I tried more than you with Illuminate.
Yeah, sorry.
What about you? Are you gonna attack me?
I would say the author from The Secret Life of Adine LaRue.
Mm-hmm.
Although I've read another book of hers called Vicious, and I love that one. But I disliked The Secret Life of Adine.
She hated it.
Sorry, The Invisible Life. I disliked it so much that... I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think V. Schwab
Yes,
is her name.
I can't
Just a
pronounce
cool
her
name.
Yeah.
Okay, next prompt. What is an underrated book that you think everyone should read?
I'm gonna mention one of my top 3 favorite books, Sky in the Deep, because I think it's underrated because I haven't heard anyone talking
Me
about
neither.
it.
Booktube,
I haven't seen it anywhere online, and it's really good. Like, I binged read it
Oh?
in like a day and a half, and I couldn't put it down. Afterwards, I had a book hangover.
She's saying it like this because we just did a video talking about booktube lingo, so she is proving to me that she has learned it and she's using it very correctly, so.
I know the lingo now.
Way to go.
So, Sky in the Deep.
Okay, good. Promote it. For me, it would have to be, I think, Only Mostly Devastated. I haven't seen anyone talk about this. This is like a Grease retelling, but instead of a guy and a girl, it's 2 guys. So even more complicated. And this made me laugh so hard.
Really?
I thought I wasn't gonna like it that much. I only bought it because it had like a cute cover and a cute premise, but I was like, maybe I won't like it that much, but I loved it. So I think you should read it. But everyone should read this. It's just so funny and so heartwarming.
What's a series you won't finish?
Okay, for me, Throne of Glass.
Oh
I'm sorry. I read the first 2 books and the prequel.
Oh.
And the second book, I don't know, I was rooting for
Kale.
Kale is his name. And he just didn't get there, and I didn't see any point to keep reading that series. I'm sorry.
Fine.
I'll watch the show if it ever comes out.
Oh my god, I can't wait. That's gonna be amazing. Yeah, we'll watch it together.
Okay. What is your book series that you won't finish?
I have several.
Okay, come on.
Illuminate.
Obviously,
I'm sorry.
Okay.
No. Illuminate. I didn't even finish the first book.
We know.
Also, what's the Legend book series?
The
called?
Legend trilogy.
Yeah, I read the first one because she recommended it. I finished it.
I was young.
But I'm not gonna read the rest.
I'm not gonna ask you to read that one.
And the last one, The Darkest Minds.
So she's coming for me with the 3 of them. Okay.
I read the first one and the second one.
You liked it, right?
Yeah, I liked it, but I don't know why. I don't know,
just
maybe
stopped.
the 3rd one hadn't come out or something. Or maybe it had, but like...
It lost momentum.
Yeah, exactly. I started reading other stuff and now it's been too many years.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I get that. The 3rd book was the worst, so it's
Really?
fine. Yeah.
Oh, then.
What is your earliest bookish memory?
So for me, I think the book that made me become a reader, and I think this is true for many people, is Harry Potter.
Classic, of course.
Was, I think, 7 years old, and my aunt gave it to me for my birthday. And I remember I did not want to read it because it was like a grown-up book. It had no pictures, no drawings, anything. So I was like, ugh, I don't want to read this. And I remember that I read like the first page and I was stuck there for many weeks. And then I kept going. It took me 3 months, okay? I was 7 years old, and even though the first book is like this thick, it took me a while, but I loved it, and I think that's the moment I became an avid reader, yeah, for sure.
So you never looked back?
Never.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah.
For me, I think it's around the same age. When we lived in England for the first time, I was in 3rd grade, so 7 or 8 years old. They actually had a library that was in the back of a bus that sometimes came to our school.
Oh my
It was so
God.
cool. It's the first and only time I think that I've had like a library card, and I took out books like 1 each week. Probably like the Gruffalo, I think. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Probably like and the Old Man and the Turnip. What's it called? The Huge
Such
Turnip.
British books.
Yeah, because I was in
Classics,
England and I
yeah.
was 7 years old, so I think I read like very classic British books. So Also the Puss in Boots. And I have all three of them.
Oh, it's a trilogy.
No, it's not a trilogy, but I don't know why. I think we bought it. And last year, I went over to babysit some British kids.
Yeah.
And I took the books over and I read it to them. So that was nice. It was like remembering my childhood. Which leads us to our next prompt.
What's your favorite bookish memory?
Ooh. So for me, I've been thinking about this one a lot, and me and my friend McKenna read a lot of the same books, and when we're together, because in case you don't know, McKenna lives in Texas and I live in Madrid, so we're very far away. So the times that we do get together, we try to read like the same book, and McKenna, for some reason, really likes reading out loud, and I like having books read to me. So we've read whole books like that. I don't know how she can do that, but one time we were on a road trip with her family and she was reading everything aloud to me, and we got to a scene where it was like, God. They were gonna do the do.
Oh my God.
And it wasn't explicit or anything, but if you read it, you knew what was going to happen. So we were like, no, we can't read this aloud.
Right?
We got closer and we just read the whole thing by ourselves instead of saying it aloud.
Yeah,
so it came to me. I was like, that was so funny. But yeah, McKenna, you're a trooper for doing that. I don't know why you like it, but I enjoy it.
That's a very sweet memory.
Yeah. Okay. What about you?
For me, when we moved from England back to Spain,
the last time.
Yes, the last time. For a year, our house in Spain was rented to a family, so we stayed at our grandparents' house, and all our furniture and all our stuff was packed away, and we put it in a storage unit. And before we moved back to Spain, when we were packing the house, I forgot to take my collection of Game of Thrones books. And I packed them. I forgot them. I was gonna take them with me, but I forgot them and I packed them. So for a whole year, they stayed in the storage unit. We couldn't get to them. And I was just so frustrated because I had only read the first one and I was in a readathon. So I wanted to read them back to back, but I couldn't. I had to wait for a whole year. And I just remember the moment I opened the box a year later. Like, I hadn't been so excited in my whole life. It was the best time, and then I read them back to back, and that's another book series that I really recommend for older readers.
Yes.
A Song of Fire and Ice.
No middle graders, please.
No. It's really good. So that reunion moment for me with my books is
being reunited with your books is such a special moment, because the same thing I think happened to me. I had like 3 books when we were living with our grandfather, and then when we came here, the first thing I took out of the boxes were my books, and just seeing them all on my bookshelf. Just so you know, way back when that happened, I only had like enough books to fill these 2 shelves. Everything else was empty. So yeah, but that's a very good memory.
Yeah, good. A book reunion is always...
It's always nice.
Yeah.
Next prompt is, what is your favorite genre to read?
Fantasy.
Yeah, for me it would also be fantasy, clearly, and also urban fantasy.
What's your least favorite genre to read?
For me, that would be non-fiction and I think historical, because I never read them. I can't get into it. If I had to, I would. If it's non-fiction, I only read books from YouTubers. I'm sorry.
I've read many books from YouTubers as well.
Yeah, see? Guilty pleasure.
Yeah. For me, I would say historical, because I've never read one and I have no interest in reading one. But of all the genres that I have read, science fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only read a couple and I didn't like them. So maybe it's just a matter of
like illuminating.
Reading more.
Yeah.
And seeing what else is out there.
Maybe we also don't like horror. But we never read that.
Oh, no, never.
Never.
No.
I don't know if that counts if we've never read it, but we've never read it for a reason.
Yeah, for a reason.
So, yeah, no
I'm
horror.
a scaredy cat. No,
yeah, same. The creepiest thing I've read, I think, is the Gone series.
Ooh, yeah.
That was dark. For a middle grade book.
And also the Maze Runner.
Oh yeah, with the zombies. In the second book, that was scary. Yeah.
Yeah, so we can't read horror.
You can clearly tell that from the books we just mentioned. We can't take it. No. Okay. Next prompt. What is one difficult/important book that you are proud to have read? This is a difficult one.
Yeah, I have a good one for this. The classic novel Wuthering Heights.
Yeah.
By Emily Bronte. I was so excited to read it because I heard it was like a classic love story, but it turns out the main characters are horrible,
Oh.
And I hate both of them. I wanted both of them to die.
Damn.
I was very excited for them to die. So the book is good, like the story is good. I wasn't bored, but I hated them so much that it was hard to get through the book. But I did finish it, and I'm very proud I did.
Okay. For me, it would have to be any book that I've had to read for school, specifically for French class or English class in England, because we read a lot of Shakespeare, and that was really hard to read Shakespeare in your second language. But I ended up choosing The Odyssey because it's like a thick book written in old-timey English.
The Odyssey?
Yeah, we read it in English class. Translated from like ancient
Percy Jackson
Greece.
fan doesn't like The Odyssey?
I didn't mind the book, but it was so hard to read. And oh my god, so many annotations so you could understand what they were saying.
Yeah. Wuthering Heights, I also read the version with the Old English.
Ooh.
So I didn't understand half of it because the words they use, I understand them, but they mean different things from what they do now. Like the expressions are different, so
it's impossible.
Okay, next one is your favorite childhood book.
And for me, I think that would have to be the book series Geronimo Stilton. Is that how you spell it?
I remember you reading them.
But specifically, not just like his normal book series, but when he visits
The fantasy
world. I don't know what it's called in England. Fantasy Kingdom. In Spanish, it's Geronimo Stilton en el mundo de la fantasía. And also the books where he traveled back in time. Those were fun.
I remember you reading those.
They were good,
That
and
was so cute.
they had like cool smells and a lot of pictures. So it's like a great way to get into reading.
Yep. For me, it's Ella Enchanted.
Oh, you made me read that, and I loved it.
Oh, you read it?
Yeah.
I remember, The movie is terrible. Horrible. Please don't watch it. Anne Hathaway is amazing, but that movie is such a turd. Don't
It
watch
has like a cult following of people who haven't read the book.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the book. It's terrible. So read the book. It's so good. Like I've read it so many, 100 times. Yeah, it's the one book I've read the most. It's very short and easy to read. It's so good.
What is your favorite book cover?
Oh, it's this one. I have it with me.
She came prepared.
Yes, An Enchantment of Ravens. I'll be honest, I bought this book because of the cover. It's so pretty. Like, I think the artist is Charlie Bowater. Do you know her?
I don't know.
She's the artist for the Throne of Glass books.
Oh, okay.
Court of Thorns and Roses. Yeah, this is amazing. That's why I bought it. It's so pretty.
I've never seen the back.
Yeah, ravens.
Ravens and crows were just like really in when that came out.
And sadly, the book wasn't as good as the cover. No shade to the author, but I definitely bought it because of the cover. It's so pretty. What's yours?
For me, I don't know. I always say Cersei. You know, I love that cover.
Yeah.
And I think maybe the Six of Crows covers are one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah.
The thing where the wing becomes Ketterdam.
Another crow?
Yeah, the crows are just so pretty to look at.
They make good covers.
Yeah. Okay, next prompt. What is the ugliest book cover?
I also came prepared.
Yeah.
Okay, so this book is called Las Hijas de Tara, The Daughters of Tara. I read it when I was 18, 17.
You can tell.
This is not the original cover. I made this cover.
She modified it, and it's way better apparently.
And the back as well. The original cover is so ugly that I had to make a new one. I mean, look how lame it is, but even as bad as this is, it's still better than what's underneath. I hope we can find the picture.
I need to see how it looks like underneath because I can't imagine it being worse than this.
I was so proud of this when I made it. It was so much better than the original cover. Anything with a person on the cover.
I'll say basically the
like a photograph of a real person.
Mortal Instruments covers, not very good. And the book covers I have for King Chronicles, they're like computer generated people, so they're pretty ugly. I've talked about them before. They're
I remember.
British Percy Jackson book covers are so freaking ugly.
Yeah, that's horrible. What's a diverse book recommendation?
So I could say a lot of them for this. I think Take a Hint, Danny Brown is the most diverse, but also maybe Legendborn and probably something else, but those are the ones that come to mind right now. Also, any Alice Oseman book, they're very diverse, I think. So I would say like those three.
For me, the most diverse book I've read is the Percy Jackson series. I don't think it gets any more diverse than that, right? Like this.
It really does.
Well, for what I've read, like there's people of all nationalities and there's many,
ethnicities.
Yeah, ethnicities, sexualities as well. From what I've read, like for me, that's one of the most diverse.
I have to lend her more books.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think this is the last one. Why do you love to read?
I think in one word, escapism.
Yeah, same. I feel like I've learned a lot reading like fictional books, especially like fantasy. I've learned a lot of like what do you call it, like life skills and survival skills. Like from the Hunger Games, I would know how to survive in any environment thanks to books like that. So I feel like I've learned a lot of survival skills.
Yeah, I want to see if you can actually use those skills when
Maybe
the
not,
time comes.
but like I know the theory.
Yeah.
So
well, when the apocalypse happens, I'll be happy to be with you.
Okay, so that is it for this video. Please leave a like if you liked it. Comment down below if you agree or disagree with our opinions. And if you want to add something to the answers that we gave, please subscribe if you haven't already and click that bell button so you get notifications every time I post a new video. I post videos quite frequently on this channel, and I guess I'll see you next time. Bye! Ah! Wow.